Hi, welcome to Soul Power Yoga for your daily yoga routine. I'm Kayla, and that's Peaches, and Jiggy is right next to me too. I have two cats. Anyway, today we're going to start with breath work, and this breathing practice is designed to help you connect to the present moment. And the way that this occurs is because we are focused on our breath, on the inhale and the exhale without pausing. So be sure to connect your breath and refrain from having long pauses. And the challenge is to count to 30 breaths within a minute. So it will be a swift breathing practice. And we will start when I count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that should be about 30, and then breathe in and a long deep breath out. Okay, so now that we have gotten into the present moment, let's bring attention to setting an intention for the rest of the practice. So, to guide you through this intention setting part, I'm going to share a quick personal story so that you have an example of what this daily routine is designed to help you with. So this story I have is that yesterday I was emotionally charged, which is just a strong emotion, probably something that that was specific to me, almost like taking it personally. So I was very much triggered by this woman who spoke about the differences in her perspective of men and women, and that she basically was saying that women are not equal to men, and that women should not vote, and that they should not argue with men, and that men can do everything and survive without women. So this made me feel really upset, and I almost just was obsessed with continuing to learn about why she had this perspective and what else she had to say, and it made me feel really, really angry inside. And so today, this is the emotion that I'm going to work with today. And you can choose an emotion that you might call negative or positive. So it could even be something that made you feel really good. So you can bring that to mind. So for this next part, just bring something to mind that caused a strong emotional reaction within you. And once you have that story in mind and the emotion in mind, close your eyes and transfer that emotion from a mental conception to to the feeling. So I want you to feel that emotion now. And then get a sense for where you feel it in your body. You can even assign qualities to it, like temperature, size, and color, and location within your body. And so we're going to move through some yoga flows to integrate that charged emotion. The purpose of this is so that we can learn to get better at feeling and to improve our emotional intelligence. So much of society values logic and reason, and it seems that we have forgotten the importance of being able to feel, because we are, after all vibrational beings. We're made of energy. And emotion is energy in motion. And if we're not able to feel and we dismiss feelings, then we're not able to live a conscious life where we can respond to people and situations in a responsible and awakened manner. We instead live an unconscious life that is led by reactions and a conditioned mind. So it's almost as if we're just like computers, robots, and maybe you believe in that and that there's no such thing as consciousness or a soul, then this is not really the space for you. But it also could be, because I think that we could all, no matter what our beliefs, could really benefit from having greater emotional maturity. And so that's what we're here to do. We're here to integrate emotions, get better at feeling, so that we can live a conscious, self-actualized life, which is basically a process of perfecting the ego, so that we have very healthy outlooks on life and healthy ways that we interact with each other and the world. That way we are having a positive impact instead of a negative one. All right, so let's get to the moving. Okay, so come onto your yoga mat. All right, so in cat-cow, tilt the tailbone up, drop your belly, bring your chest and your heart through, look up on an inhale. And on the exhale, tuck and round for cat pose. Inhale, lift up for cow. And remember to bring your attention to that emotion so that you can feel it in your body and breathe through it. Bring presence to that. Meet it with presence, because what we normally do, continue to go through cat-cow, what we normally do is suppress or sedate ourselves so that we don't have to feel the uncomfortable emotions. So we don't want to do that. Finish up one more round. My peaches. Tuck your toes under, lift up, send your hips back to downward facing dog. Hey. Okay, stretch into those hamstrings. Look forward, breathe, and walk forward with each step. On your next inhale, come up to a halfway lift, a flat back. Ardha. Darn, I don't remember the Sanskrit name. That's one of my goals, is to get better at that. Okay, on your exhale, fold forward. And then let your arms go heavy as you roll up the spine all the way to standing to Tadasana, mountain pose. Reach the arms out in front and up on the inhale. And exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Okay, halfway lift. Inhale, lift up, reach to the crown of the head and look down at the ground. Press into the heels, bend your knees, send your hips to the ground, plant your hands on the mat, spread the fingers wide, and then walk your feet back past your cat into a plank pose. Take a deep breath here in plank. And then exhale, bend the elbows lower all the way to the ground. On the inhale, lift the chest, come up into cobra or extended cobra. And exhale, lower the chest down. Press yourself up through plank, or you can use your knees. That's always an option. And then back to downward facing dog. Look forward, walk forward. On your inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. This time, reach your arms up in front of you or out to the sides as you rise up. Lift the chest for standing. And then bring your hands to your heart. We're going to sweep the hands down. Send your hips down and back like you're sitting in a chair. Press your weight into your heels and then slightly turn your toes so that they're coming inward to touch. Reach the arms up. Press your chest forward. And then slightly tuck the tailbone. Deep breath in here. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, walk your feet back. Maybe step back one leg at a time. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra, or maybe you come into upward facing dog. Lift the legs off the ground, push into the tops of your feet. And exhale, back to down dog. So we're going to move right into warrior one. On an inhale, reach your right leg up high. And exhale, shift the weight forward, bend the knee and plant the foot up at the top. Take your back heel down. Press into the outer edge of your left foot and the front right heel. Inhale, rise up, lift your arms up and reach the chest forward over your right thigh. Bend into the right knee and sit a little bit deeper. Deep breath in, press the chest forward, look forward. Soft gaze, and then slowly sweep the hands down to frame your right foot. Turn and spiral into the back toes. Step your foot back. On the exhale, lower down to the ground. Go through a vinyasa. Inhale, lift up the chest, cobra or up dog. And exhale, lift up, hug the belly in, downward facing dog. Stretch it out, press one heel down at a time. If it helps, you can use the breath to expel some of that energy. I'm kind of feeling that anger rise into my throat. And so it feels good to exhale it out with some sound. On an inhale, lift the left leg high. And exhale, shift your weight forward, step your left foot up the top, plant your right heel and outer edge of that foot down. And then when you feel solid, inhale, rise up, warrior one, left side. And after that big inhale, exhale, sweep the hands down, step your left foot back, go through a vinyasa, exhale. Inhale, slide up and into up dog, or your version. Exhale, down dog. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Just breathe through it, whatever that feeling is, whether it is a really positive emotion or maybe it's really icky feeling. Maybe something that has upset you. Whatever the emotion is, allow the space in your body. Invite the emotion to just go through you. Experience it fully without resisting or wanting more of it. Sometimes that's what happens with our positive emotions. We have this desire and we want more of it. But can we just accept and surrender to whatever the emotion is? After all, it is just energy and motion. The problem is how we judge it. All right, look forward and walk forward in between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And we're going to sit in the chair as we lift our chest and arms up. I'm so happy you're here with me if you are. And then exhale, rise, bring the hands to your heart as you stand in Tadasana. Okay, let's come all the way down onto the mat. Lay onto your back, reach the hands down. Sorry about my black pants on the black mat. I need to get some brighter colors. Okay. Hands down to reach for your heels and then lift your hips up high to the sky. Hug the inner thighs toward one another. Press firmly and evenly through the left and the right foot. Chin tucks into the chest. Nice long spine, especially the neck portion. The cervical spine. And the hips are up. Sorry, I did not mention that. I'm really feeling these emotions and allowing them to move through my body and integrate. So as we do these daily routines together to clear especially the negative emotions in our energy field, as we clear them, I'm clearing it with you as well, so that we are all on this path together of consciously participating in our own evolution, becoming the change we want to see in the world. Because healing the world, if we have a problem, it starts with healing ourselves. Okay, let's slowly take the hips down to the ground. That was nice. Nice work. Let the knees fall over to the left. And then take your left heel over the top of the right thigh. Lift up and then thread the needle. So bring your right knee in close to your chest. Lengthen out your tailbone so that you can feel your low back onto the ground. Press your left knee away from you by engaging the muscles in the thigh, the quads, hamstrings. This is a nice stretch feel into the outer hip. Oftentimes, a lot of the work that we're doing We're also releasing some stored tension and emotion in the psoas and in the hips. Okay, drop it down, take the left foot down, and then take your knees over to the right now. Bring your right heel over the left, lift, plant your left foot down onto the ground, and thread the needle so that we can stretch into the right thigh this time, the right outer hip. So allow yourself to feel that emotion. Recognize yourself as energy in motion, and if anything gets stuck, that's a block, and that block is what creates disease in the body. So a very practical reason for working with the emotions is so that we simply stay physically healthy on top of mentally healthy. All right, drop the foot down and then release the legs. And you're just gonna reach your arms up over your head, lift up, hug the core in, come all the way up to staff pose for a forward fold before Savasana. Flex the feet, bring your toes towards your nose, hinge from the hips, forward fold. We're going to roll up and then come all the way down onto our backs to finish out this class. Once you lay down, close your eyes, allow your feet to fall apart and the whole body just go heavy. Eyes are closed. Breathe and just simply feel all the sensations of the body. And for now, we're going to let go of this practice until tomorrow, where we get to choose maybe the same emotion to continue to integrate, or we can move on to something else. All right, you can stay here for 5-10 minutes in Shavasana. And thank you for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.